Good morning. I am wore out from Vegas. Are you in here? Well, that's weird. I see. There you are. Took a while for you guys to show up. Well, Melinda, you know I was in Vegas all week, don't you? That's why you haven't seen me. I was in Vegas all week. Kevin and I went to a glass show. It was called Glass Vegas. Oh, we had a wonderful time. I like Phone Homie Eric. He's a good guy. No, I haven't been anywhere. I haven't been anywhere. I thought that Instagram has seen me the last. I popped on Instagram while I was in Vegas, but I didn't. Oh, I had so much fun in Vegas. I had so much fun in Vegas. No, I don't gamble. The thing about gambling, Mr. J, we were in Vegas a couple of weeks ago for a glass show, and when we left at the airport, I was like, "Oh, we're in Vegas. I probably should gamble, huh?" And Kevin said, "That's up to you, because we're not gamblers." So, I went down to the penny slot machine and I put $1 in. And when they said it was time, no, we didn't go to any shows. When they said it was time to board, I cashed out. And I cashed out at $1.97. No, I would not have sex with anyone but my husband. So I cashed out at $1.97 and kept that. So this time when we were leaving in the airport, I put my $1.97. Hello, Richard. I put my $1.97 ticket in there. I won $75. I won $75. And I said, "Oh, that's it. That's it. I'm cashing out. I'm cashing out." So I cashed out at $75 because they're assholes. Oh, fishing? Leave us alone. Let me tell you guys something that before I dab. Look what I got here. This is CBD flower. Look what it says. No THC. No THC. So this is flower for anybody that maybe with your job you can't smoke. You're going to get the effects of the CBD, but you will not piss hot on a piss test. So I have, this one is called Otto. This one is Boax. This is Special Sauce. I had one more. Wonder where that went to. I had like a cherry we were smoking yesterday. That was pretty interesting. Yes, I am in a legal state. But let me show you the few things I have in front of me right now. I met a wonderful glass artist, and him and his lady were so nice. They were just so nice. So he gave me a new pendant. Just you guys are my grandbabies. Do you see my new sea pendant? Look at my sea turtle. So I got that pendant. Yes, it will be legal. It will be legal. Then I had a young man that came up to me and said, "You are the queen." And he made me a rose. Made me a rose. Hi, Summer. I have a lot of stuff, guys. Really, I do. Then the last show, I made friends with Swanee Glass. The rose is pretty. Excuse me. I made friends with Swanee Glass, and he does bulldogs. Look what he made me. Swanee gave me this. Isn't he cute? It's a carb cap. You can't have it. Well, I got a itchy nose. Sorry. Sorry you see me scratching at my nose. All right. Then I have Miss Saki Hakibam. She's a famous female Japanese glassblower. No, I don't consider myself famous, but I know I am kind of famous in the cannabis community. I don't feel famous, but when I get out there and about and people want to take the picture, I'm like, I don't get it. Anyway, Miss Saki, look, this is a ring she gave me. It's a kitty ring. And she gave me a pendant. It's a stretched out kitty. It's a stretched out one. Isn't that pretty? Her name is Saki. Let me get my phone, maybe. She does lots of kitty stuff. She is Saki Bomb Hacky. Saki Bomb Hacky Sack. That's Saki Bomb, see? Saki Bomb Hacky Sacky. Hacky, no, it's Hackky, So those were my presents from Saki. Well, thank you, Kachina. Thank you very much. Then I got, oh, this one has a very special story. See this right here? Can you see the implosion? Well, I met my friend Della Luna, another female artist. Yep, you know, Summer knows. So I met Della. I hung out with Della Luna, and she gifted me this pendant. But why is it so special? This pendant was the first piece of glass my friend Della Luna made, where she said, I'm going to be a glass artist forever. So she knew when she made this that she was going to become a glass artist. Oh, that's work though. They get their recognition. Huh? Hi, Mama Vapes. Now you want to see something really cute? Look at this. Look at this little pipe. You want to learn? You got to find somebody local. Where's my cold coffee? Now I have something really cool to show you. Well, wait, I'll save the best for last. Kevin got all kinds of pipes. They gave Kevin all kinds of pipes. Kevin got all kinds of pipes from people. I got a new Hetty hammer. It's serum, so it will change pink. I got a Millie that says Puff Puff Pass. And I got a bead from my friend Pixel. Pixel made me the bead. Well, you saw Kevin with me in Vegas. His beard is pretty. Now I have to show you something else. This is from, yep, I'll tell you a few places you can buy. My friend Steve's Goods Online has really good blueberry. Then there's empireofwellness.com. There is CBD Distillery. There is Infinite CBD. There is fully activated CBD. There's all kinds of places. And when you tell them any of those that I just shouted out, if you say Granny sent me, they'll give you a discount. All right. So I made friends with Grinder Glass. A while back, I made friends with Grinder Glass. And look what he made me. Look what he made me. You see the frogs? See the frogs? See the UV in the bowl? Look, right there it says Dabbing Granny. That says Dabbing Granny. Look at the bowl. We'll smoke some. We'll smoke a bowl. Yep, it's a bong. It is a bong. Where is my weed? I might have to grind some. We'll smoke a little clementine. Isn't it pretty, Matt? That's Grinder Glass. Michael. Super duper nice guy. No, I just thought I was going to smoke some clementine. We'll smoke some blueberry. It is old school, but I like it. And I love the frogs. Greetings in New York. It's kind of like pinkish. It's like the pinkish from down there. I am old school. We haven't read the calendar in quite some time. Then I got, look at this. This is a glass blunt. And you load it from the top and you push it down like this. That's a glass blunt. Yeah, I have 3 calendars to read. I am so tired. I am so tired. We partied. We had such a good time. And we're going back. I love my little kitty ring. I made so many friends. It is called a precision. I do have nectar collectors. Actually, let me show you this thing I got. We should use this. This thing is called a Road Runner. It's from Homeblown Glass. Oh, I love edibles. You heat the tip and then smoke out of here. These are all made in America. No China glass. No China glass. Got a new candle. It is Morning Munchies. Morning Munchies. And I do have to tell you about my incident with TSA. Summer already heard the story. Some of you have not, Summer did. Yes, I had an incident with TSA. Don't do that either by precision or I'm 62. I am really old enough to be a grandma. All right, we're going to do a bone. I will. Let me smoke first. I think I cashed it. Guess not. Okay. No, it's snowing. It is snowing. It is not warm. I was supposed to go to Denver, but I don't think I'll be driving up there. Okay. Greetings, Matt. Not too often I don't drive vape. All right, let's talk about TSA. At this point, I know most people know who I am. I'm a pretty public figure in the cannabis community. We all know that. Nothing I asked for, nothing I aspired to be, but I'm embracing it. So I know when I'm flying that I probably better allow myself extra time. I should allow myself extra time because if I'm traveling with anything, more than likely my luggage is going to get searched. So leaving here, I took my medicine with me. Hello, Ramona. Long time no chat. I took all my medicine with me, and I don't hide it, guys. I do not try to pack it where they're not going to see it. I'm very open about my medicine. It's usually in my backpack. So leaving the Springs, they flagged my luggage, of course, and they pulled it to the side. And when she opened it up, she said, it's all your liquids kind of bunched together. I told her, I said, I thought it would be my Megatoke with the lithium battery. No worries. Gives me my luggage, on to Vegas we go. Have a wonderful, wonderful time in Vegas. Packing up, my medicine is coming back with me. Now, I didn't pack any flour, no flour at all, because that always is an issue. They don't understand about flour. I had a lot of edibles, a lot of edibles. I had some syringes of distillate. I had probably 10 grams of concentrate. And I had a pen. So, here's what happened. And TSA knows I'm talking about this. So, bloop, there goes my backpack, pushed to the side. Bloop, there goes my carry-on, pushed to the side. I knew it. I knew I was going to get nabbed. So the girl picks up my backpack, and I say, well, the carry-on is mine as well. And she, what's my typical dose? About 750 to 1,000 is what I need. Yes, my shoes were off in the thing. She says I can only take one at a time. Guys, no matter what you think, you are going to hear what the rules are. So she pulls my backpack, and I said, is it my CBD balm or my CBD bath bomb? She said, no. So what she pulls out is, when I left Colorado, I took these THC pills. Hello, Lainey. They're called pain pills. They're THC pain pills. You don't have to be here. You don't have to be here. She says no. So she pulls out a small package of beef jerky that says THC. She pulls out my 2 THC pain pills and my pen. That's what she puts in there. Mind you, in my bag is probably 10 grams of concentrate. There's lots of other things in my bag. And she goes, I kid you not. She goes, I don't know what to do. And I said, excuse me? And she goes, it says THC. And I said, I know. I said, oh, there was one other thing. She pulled one of the king palms, the cones, the king palm cones, but there was nothing in it. It was an empty cone. She goes, it's THC. And I go, well, actually, that is just a cone. I said, that's a palm leaf. There's no THC. And she goes, but I was alerted to it. Okay. So she's standing there with this little bowl with that. Now, hear me out. She's got the little bowl with the THC jerky, the 2 THC pain pills, my pen, and my shoes, and that king palm. She didn't care about nothing else in my backpack. And she goes, we have to call the big boss. So the big boss comes down. Now, by then, they've got my carry-on next to her. In my carry-on, I had 2 500 milligram chocolate bars. I had some brownies. I had distillate. I had all kinds of stuff in my carry-on. In my carry-on, the gentleman pulls this out. That's all he pulls out and says, you can't take this. And I said, excuse me? He said, you can't take this. And I said, why? It's a brand new candle. He says, it's peanut butter. And I said, that's not peanut butter. So he looks at the girl and she goes, that's a candle. He puts it back in my suitcase and gives me my carry-on. But I'm an advocate and I'm going to push for it because it's bullshit. So he says, you have committed a felony. We're calling Metro. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to argue with you. I am not going to argue with you. And he said, good. And I said, because your mind is made up and there's no listening to me. To the TSA agent, I say, it's too bad he's your boss. So I said, okay, so are you arresting me? What's up? And they said, we're waiting for Metro. So Metro gets there, the police get there, the sheriff department and a cop get there, and we walk over with my little bowl of stuff, and I look at them and I say, hey, it's the big drug smuggling granny. What are you going to do with me? They look down at the bowl, they look at them and they said, you called us here for that? Give her back her things. Now TSA does not know what to do. And I said, am I free to go? They give me, they're not ready to give me my things back. I say, am I free to go? They say, oh no, we have to make a report. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? And now the whole time, guys, I'm having a conversation with the 2 TSA agents. They were very, very nice. They were very nice, doing their jobs, but not quite sure what they were supposed to do. That's it. They're not quite sure what they're supposed to do. So the one guy says, you know, all we know is if we find it, we're supposed to report it. And I said, so basically that girl back there could have said, you haven't really got anything here that I'm worried about. You're not a smuggler. Go on. But I bet it was her first day, and he said it was. And I said, and none of you know what to do. The rules are not consistent. And the other guy goes, you're going to talk about this, aren't you? And I said, excuse me? And he goes, I know who you are. And I said, of course I'm going to talk about this. What shall I tell the people? What do I even tell the people? Here's what they told me. Oh, wait, I'll finish my story first. TSA is kind of important, guys, but I'll finish this story first. So after the cops tell them, give her back her stuff, they say, we've got to make an incident report. And I said, okay. And this is my opportunity to talk to everybody. Then they say, you have to destroy it. And I was like, okay, if that's what it takes, we'll destroy it. So they're filling out the incident report and they're asking me a bunch of specifics. And the one guy even told me he would consider smoking once he retires after talking to me. The other guy tells me he will go down and try some CBD because he really doesn't think there's anything wrong. And I've educated him. But again, I'm saying, what do I tell the people? So they finish their incident report. And I look and I say, okay, do we have to leave now to destroy my stuff? And they say, no, here. They were told to give me back my stuff. So an hour and a half has transpired. I already I knew to come with time to spare. I knew it. I knew this would happen. But in the very end of it, they give me back everything and said they were sorry. So, well, let me finish. Let me finish my story. So, I say, what do I tell the people? Okay, here's what I tell the people. The airport is federal grounds. I already knew that. Just like I tell you guys, I would never have taken medicine on Fort Carson because that's federal ground. You can't. Federal law supersedes state law. But I'm trying to change that. I did tell the one guy when he said they were going to arrest me for a felony. I said, Las Vegas airport. I said, good thing it's me, because my husband will go on the internet and say, everybody, they arrested Granny at the airport, and they'll start a GoFundMe and they'll get me out of jail real quick. I was hoping you guys would get me out of jail. So what he said was, be prepared to be stopped. Never, the other thing they told me was never try to conceal it. Don't try to hide it. Don't try to put it in your checked baggage, because if they find it in your checked baggage, you will be detained a much longer time. Whereas as the time it took me to go through this whole process, it will take you a much longer time. Be prepared to stand up for yourself. Don't be transporting so much that you would ever be considered a trafficker. But know that the rules themselves, they're just not quite sure what to do. So it is illegal to fly from state to state. Now, would I ever fly from Colorado to Texas or Oklahoma? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm an advocate. It's what we have to do. But it's not their fault, guys. It isn't their fault. And I will tell you, there's only been a couple of TSA agents. They're just people like you and I. They are, yes, you are too young to smoke at 14. There's no reason that you need to be smoking. Absolutely no reason you should be smoking at 14. Your lungs are still developing. And our lungs were not given to us by the divine creator to put irritants in them. So as a 14-year-old, you're a teenager, you're young and dumb. We all have been young and dumb. We've all done stupid shit. Everything is 19. You're old enough to decide if you want to harm your body or not. Have I smoked today? I just did I don't think, let's do a dab. Actually, how about, what do we got here? Let's try that nectar collector. Let's try this thing, my Roadrunner. I think at 14 and 15, there's more important things for you to be worrying about, like life. To get by in life, you have to have an education or a trade. I'm not saying you have to go to college, but I am saying you have to have a trade, because there's a lot of years that you have to be an adult. There's a lot of years you have to work, pay your bills, start a family, whatever. There's a lot of years you adult. Then you get to be my age and you can live your second childhood. I never smoked like this when I was adulting. Did I smoke? Of course. Did I smoke to this amount? No, 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 no. I had a job and stuff. I couldn't run a business and be this goofball. Well, yeah, I could. I could and did. All right, let's try out my Roadrunner. I don't believe you need to heat them that long. Ooh, that was very tasty. I do meditate. And don't give in to peer pressure, please. The one thing I will say repeatedly is do not let your idiot friends define you. Don't give in to peer pressure to think you're going to be cool. You're cooler when you march to your own drum beat. You're cooler when you're your own person. You're cooler when you're an individual and not somebody that's a sheeple like everybody else. Look at me. Cannabis is very spiritual. I have very dry lips from partying in Vegas. But it's not just me. Everybody in here feels the same way. I just have a big voice to say it. All right, I was given, if I can find it. Oh shit, I hope I didn't lose it. I was given a really cool pipe. I met this artist, and this is the number one like this that he made. Look, you can fit it in your pocket. It's got a pocket flask. Let's dab out of that. Let's dab out of this. Hi to Aaliyah. Hello, Aaliyah. This is an Evan Shore. No. I have edibles on a regular basis. Like when I'm flying and stuff, the day I flew, I ate 1,000 milligrams. Well, then don't. If it makes you feel like crap, why would you even bother with it? I do still have my lava lamp. It's up there, Ramona. I will tell you, about a year ago, I got to clean this banger. That's what I'm doing. About a year ago, I went to a sesh. It was called the Secret Sesh. And when all was said and done, I had a bunch of edibles. Oh, I had I had so many. I had a lot of edibles. For 3 days. 3 days. I had weights on my brain. And I couldn't figure out what the hell was wrong with me. I mean, I just was in like this. I was in a fog. Somebody added up how many edibles I had had. Ouch, I just burnt myself trying to stand this up. I had ate over 5,000 milligrams. I was high for 3 days. Well, not high, but very sluggish. Did I hallucinate? No. I have never had the edibles where I start hallucinating. I would love for that shit to happen. All right, first dab. Cheers. First dad cuts the deepest. I was too hot. I burned it. Well, my attitude is pretty much I don't give a rat's ass anymore. Although, I have to tell you something. I try not to acknowledge shit from haters. I'm looking for my Q-tips. There they are. Ah! I just spilled them all over. I try not to acknowledge my haters, but sometimes the shit is too good and I have to. So a couple of weeks ago, maybe I already told you, there's a hashtag. Oh, no, this one wasn't the hashtag. This was just a comment. The comment was, I'm so toxic from China glass that if you hug me, you will get lead poisoning. Well, I thought that was pretty clever. I thought that was pretty funny, actually. But I didn't respond to it or anything. And it's one person after me. He hates me. I'm trying to put this somewhere where it's not going to burn anything. Okay. So, I thought that was pretty funny, but I didn't say anything. So the next week, hello, Andrea. The next week, because I'm not, oh shit, you better get yourself to the doctor. If you hug me, you're going to have lead poisoning. So I didn't respond. So the next week, his thing is, I've been very open with you guys about everything I've ever done. Have I done drugs in the past? Yes, I have. That's why I talk about it. That I know it's bullshit and nothing good will come from it. So I've told you I've done heroin when I was young. Is it something I'm proud of? No. But I did it, and I admit it. So 2 weeks ago, he said, I'm a heroin addict. And all I could think was, I'm the fattest heroin addict I ever seen. So again, I don't acknowledge it. But somebody on a comment said, oh, you're a heroin addict. And I'm like, I'll take a drug test. The only thing you're going to find in me is cannabis. It's not a good drug. It's not a good drug. And what frightens me, this is the reason I've talked about heroin. I told you about Kevin's friend ODing on heroin because the heroin out there right now is so strong. Oh, it's so strong. And with the opioid epidemic and people turning to the heroin, there's more and more, people are overdosing. It's nothing to fuck around with. There's no reason. There's no reason to. You can have cannabis. Anyway, so the latest thing, and this one made me laugh. Hugging Dad, I should. I think you're right, Ramona. Because I'm famous. Because I'm an important figure because I'm important. I don't know why I'm important. Good for you. Good for you, Cheney. I mean, we all have a past. I'm not proud of but the one thing I will say about my past, even when I did do drugs, I never did anything to people. I never stole from anyone. Anyway, so now that he has seen me, because he is a glass artist, but he cannot stand me because most artists like me, and yes, I have smoked out of China glass. Anyway, so I've been at 2 of the biggest glass shows in the industry. I was at American Glass Exhibition and Glass Vegas. I was invited to both of them. So the meme is, I want you to see it. Because I think it's pretty good. Here it is. Well, I don't want you to see his name. Well, it says, okay, see Kanye West there? It says, when you see that dab star who reps 4 China glass companies attending the American trade shows. And then his comment, here's his comment: this dab star, and it's me, also owns a China glass factory. Did you know that, guys? Did you know I own a factory in China? Okay. How much you want to bet? His next thing is going to say, she can afford to be a heroin addict because she owns a China factory, and she, you know, because I chain them poor little China babies. I chain them to the bench and make them work for me for slave labor. I'm calling this guy the National Enquirer of the cannabis community. It makes me laugh. So before I did block him, this is what I told him. Because he's been hating on me for about 2 months. No, I don't sell anything, and I don't own a China factory. I guarantee you that. This is what I said to him before I blocked him. I said, you know what, dude? And he's a glass artist. He tries to sell his glass. I said, if you spend half as much time behind the torch as you do trolling me on the internet, you might make a piece of glass I might consider buying. Until then, you just make shit. All right, dab time. What should we dab out of this one? Should we dab out of the itty bitty one? A little bit too much water in here. There we go. Let's see. I had to find something that'll work as a dabber and carb cap. Oh, this might. No. All right. Got that. I almost need shatter. Oh, we'll smoke some purple. A bot. Why would you even mess with those drugs? Why would you even mess with those drugs? Yeah, we are going to smoke some purple. I know I brought it up. Right here. We're going to smoke some of the amethyst. That's the only shatter I have. And this is that stuff that's 755 milligrams THCA, 931 milligrams Delta 9 THC, 394 milligrams, no, 3.94 milligrams of THCV. I had to open it. You're drooling with jealousy? Oh, you know what? It lost its color because I was I transported it across state line. When you don't keep it in the fridge, it loses that purple. It loses that purple color. Look at my dirty fingernails. Jesus. I'm a pig today. I'm a dad pig. I don't even care. It is amazing. Right to the dome. Right to the dome. And that fentanyl's coming from China and Mexico. Grow your own. Grow your own. Simple. It's not simple. I lie. Growing pot is not simple. That's why I don't grow. It's too damn much work. Where are you at? Where are you at that they're having... God, I'm glad I know where mine... No, it's not. I retracted that statement immediately. Yeah, right. We all know how simple raising children are. Hi, Reckless. Did we talk? Well, if you can get her started out with something like a CBD topical or some CBD gummies for her arthritis, something like that. That's guys, I am telling you that CBD. Hi, Trinity. Did we meet? I met so many people that just saying your name isn't going to click it. Greetings in Windsor. Were you outside with me in the dab area? Okay, so there's the purple I pulled off. There you got a little purple tinge. I'm supposed to drive to Denver. Damn. Yes. Yes. And let me show you. Okay. CBD though. I hope I can come to a hash bash. CBD, you're not going to get the same kind of high as you would from dabbing or smoking flower. You're just not. You're going to get like a relief though, kind of like a mellow feeling comes over you. It's way different. But the stigma, I think, is one of the biggest things. The stigma of not being able to smoke when your friends all do. Look here. Look what I just got. CBD hemp flower, no THC. Look, you can smoke this and you'll get all the benefits of the full spectrum of CBD, but no hot piss test. No hot piss test. I have CBD gummies. I have, look here. I even have CBD coffee. All right, so we got the dab, we got a car cap, we need a torch. Well, I was too young. That's all I'll say. I was too, well, CBD is wonderful for anxiety. It's how I weaned myself off my Klonopin. Topicals are good for arthritis as well, Ramona. Ramona, and more people that I hang around are like you. Really, it's all about what you put into your body. Ramona eats very healthy. Ramona knows a lot of good tricks. It's taken my friends a long time to get this hemp with no THC. It's easier to breed up in a THC content than down. Isn't that amazing? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to think about Canada's legalization. Uh, to the person asking about their job, this flower is very, very new. I know it is. It's illegal in Nebraska. I'm going to hit this hot. Cheers. this goes right to the head. You shouldn't. That's nothing to be proud of. We can't condone young people smoking. I would never, ever condone a 10-year-old smoking. Thank you, Kirsten. That is BS. My lips are all dry. Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Where's mine? Well, okay, you be serious, but guess what? I just hid you because she's gone. Talking about meth and shit. Is she fucking kidding me? I thought she was gone. I use, yes, this is just regular, but yes, I have CBD, THC lip balm, but I don't know where it's at. Shakira? Yeah, I just seen that she's in trouble for something. As a parent, you gotta stay on top of that shit. I try to tell these young kids, don't give in to peer pressure. Do not be defined by, and you know what? Kids are so fast. I see these kids in middle school in my neighborhood, and I want to just take them. I want to grab them. I want to just the generation coming up really, really, they're lost. A lot of them are lost, and that's their parents' fault. I mean, yes, I've had my issues with my daughter, but goodness gracious, she knows right from wrong. She admits that she was the one that made the wrong decisions. It had nothing to do with my parenting skills. I just don't think, I really don't think you need to smoke. I haven't. I was in Vegas all week and I did really no social media. I think she's gone. I should probably make another account and come back. Well, the times are changing. That's why I'm going to preach. I'm going to preach. I'm going to preach. I'm going to preach for cannabis. For children that are underage that I say don't smoke, if they truly need it medicinally, there's so many other ways. Yes, I have done LSD. There's so many other ways to medicate if you truly need it medicinally, and if you're underage. You just should. No, it's. I'm not trying to be a do as I say person. I'm just saying there's other ways to medicate. There's tinctures. You can drink it. You can eat it. You can put a patch on. You can use salves. No, you know what? It's funny you say about coping with mental illness and weed. Yesterday, I did a live on Instagram. I did a live on my Instagram account, and I had a co-host. His name is Giddy Up, and he knows a whole lot about extraction. He just knows a whole lot about cannabis. And his topic of the day was talking about as uncool as it sounds, there's certain conditions that shouldn't be used, that you shouldn't use weed to medicate. You saw Ramona, so that sometimes weed can really be bad for people that are bipolar, schizophrenic. Now, not anxiety and depression, but other mental health issues. I believe mushrooms are spiritual too, sweetheart. If you really are coughing, take a break. Maybe go to the doctor. I don't think, I have a chronic cough. I have a chronic cough at this point. It used to be when I smoked shatter, when I smoked nothing but shatter. No. Well, when I was younger, yes. But I don't like DMT. DMT is too intense for me. Bye. Same here, Deb and Granny. I'm Deb and Granny. It would probably help build your immunity up. We take psilocybin mushrooms. Listen to Ramona. She is very smart about holistic medicine. Oh no, that's all I smoke is sauce. Let me show you some of my stuff. Well, this one, there's not too much left. That one, there's not. Where'd it go? There it is. Everybody knows I do this all the time. That's why I have a big silicone mat in front of me. I don't ever waste my medicine. So that is a double tangy banana. And then, what's in here? This is Jelly Smasher. This is Jilly. This would be a Jilly Bean in Doctor Who. This is my go-to for anxiety. Hi, Stony Owl. This is my go-to for anxiety, is anything Jilly Bean. And I have a little refrigerator over here that I keep all my terps in. Got some key lime pie. Which, I think I got some solventless. Yep. This is some orange Yeti rosin. That would be solventless. Let's smoke some of that. I don't know what I want to smoke it out of. You don't know, Jamesy? I thought everybody knew the story of me and social media. So the reason I started a social media page. Well, let me show you what I got for munchies. Look here. Infused banana chips. So I've always smoked. I've been smoking since I was 16. You asked how young, and now you're going to know the whole story. I know. Can you believe that, Ramona? So I've always smoked. Always I've smoked marijuana. And then we moved to Colorado in 1993. And then when it became legal and we started going in dispensaries, I was smoking a lot of flower. Oh, I was smoking. Kevin and I were probably smoking, I don't know, easily a quarter ounce a day, maybe a half ounce between us. And so one day my bud tender said, "You need to dab." And I looked around and there was a whole bunch of young kids. Yes, I do think it is too young. You can medicate other ways, Carolyn. I looked around and there was these maybe 4 or 5 young boys in their 20s with their hats on backwards. And I laughed and I said, "No, thank you. Dabbing is like a culture thing for you young boys." I said, "Look at you. Y'all got your hats on backwards. An old lady like me, she's not going to dab." And they giggled and I went on my way. Went back the next day to buy more flour and they were like, "Really, Gail, you should dab." And I was like, "Okay, I'll try it. But I need your help. I don't know what I'm doing." So they sold me some shatter and they sold me a little pipe and they said, "You better only dab like a quarter of your pinky." I was like, "Okay, okay." And they told me what to do. I came home and I looked down at my pinky and I was like, "They're all in their 20s. They don't know what they're telling me. I'm going to dab a piece as big as my fingernail." And I did it. And instantly I was so high. And it was a sativa. And I stood up and I was like, Kevin said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No, I don't think I am. I don't think I've been this stoned since I was a freshman in high school. I'm so high I don't even know what to do." And I walked around and finally I just went and took a shower. Because I really didn't know what to do. I was that high. Took the shower and came back downstairs and I was like, "Damn, that shit gets you really high." And then I dabbed a little piece as big as a quarter of my fingernail and I kind of liked it. But I didn't know anything about temperatures or anything. But I did know that I liked dabbing. So within a couple of days on my personal Facebook page, I seen like one of them things, an infomercial for the Debato Bolt. And I was like, "Well, man, maybe if I buy that thing, that'll teach me how to dab right at the right temperature. I won't be guessing. That'll help me." So that was like in August, and I ordered that Bolt thing, and I got it, and I forgot about it. Well, then on Veterans Day, I was like, "Oh, I should try that thing out." And I had a Support the Troops shirt on, and I smoked out of that Debato, and it went viral. And they called me, and they said, "You're funny. There's something about you people will like. Go make a social media channel." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about." They helped me make this YouTube channel, and then the rest is just history. Every day I came and said hi to you guys, did a dab. Then I learned Instagram. Then I learned all the other social medias. And now everybody knows me that smokes. That's it. That's the whole story. Debato. It's all Debato's fault. They called me, and now we're very good friends. I've heard some pretty cool stories when I'm out and about from people I meet that say, "Well, you gave me the courage to tell my parents," or "You gave me the courage to try to get a job in the marijuana industry," or "You talked about CBD and my older parent who wanted nothing to do with anything marijuana decided to try it." I know. I'm trying to get away from them. I wish there was a better way to clean their nails. I like indicas too. Although now I've learned I can smoke sativa. I have such a high tolerance at this point. I can smoke sativa. Usually just ISO. On Instagram, I'm dabbing_granny. But you know what, guys? It really isn't just about indica or sativa. It's about the terpenes. They are learning more and more. It is more about the terpenes that are in it than it is about a sativa or indica dominant. That really has not that much to do with it anymore. Like what I showed you earlier, the Jelly Bean Doctor Who, those are sativas, but what they do for my depression and anxiety is perfect. And can I go back to sleep? Yep. Well, I love you in Ohio as well. Thank you. This Orange Yeti, oh God, this smells like orange juice. This is solventless. But there are some sativas that make my heart race, kind of give me a little bit of paranoia. I'm watching my timer. I was gone all week in Vegas. And then somebody wants to fly us back out in 2 weeks, and Kevin really likes it now. Kevin is embracing the dabbing granny experience. The only thing is his feet hurt him really bad from his neuropathy. He hasn't found a comfortable pair of shoes. Of course I have. Because he's got the neuropathy so bad in his feet, he hasn't found a comfortable pair of shoes to walk around. And we spend a lot of time walking when we're at the trade shows. So the guy that made my dragons heard I want a daddy baby. He heard already. A baby daddy, I mean, not a daddy baby. I need a baby daddy. He has Gorilla Glue. And here we go. Cheers. Oh, that solventless has got a pretty melt. He has a pair of those diabetic shoes they made for him. They don't work. Oh, sorry. The VA made him a pair of shoes, but after an hour or so, his feet hurt so bad. Well, I meet a lot of fat guys. Kevin had kind of puts you in different categories. I love my husband. He does make me laugh. He's like, well, you got the kind of heavy guys with beards and shorts. Um, what are some of his categories? Then you got the ones that wear sunglasses with their hats backwards. They don't usually have a beard. I meet a lot of fat guys with cameras. We celebrated our 43rd. He did try Crocs. He had a black pair of Crocs. He tried them. They kind of made fun of him. They were like, look, Grandpa rocking the Crocs. And I was like, his feet hurt. You know I will take up for my husband in a heartbeat. I am like the mama bear. He doesn't need me, though. He doesn't need me to take up for him. He can be a grouch in his own right. Somebody asked me a question I forgot. Yes, we celebrated our 43rd anniversary in January, and we were together about a year before we got married. Have we split up? One time. One time we split up. We were, oh God. Our daughter was born when I was 25, so all the antics I ever tell you about happened before I turned 25. Once I had a child, most of you know everything in your life changes, and it's not just about you anymore. So you have to make different decisions. I never did drugs again after 25. All I did is smoke cannabis, hash in Germany. Got drunk a few times. um, Jerry, I don't know right now about West Virginia. I can tell you I'm partnering up. I have a vape. I have, this is one of my favorite vapors. Oh, look how dirty it is. You can put, this is for concentrate. You put your concentrate in here. Where's the top? And then there's a glass top that fits on here. This is my favorite vaporizer. You guys get me going. You ask all these questions and I try to answer them and I never finish any of them. I've been electric nectar collector. Somebody asked, did I like? Look, I have an e-nail nectar collector. Looks like a puffer from the doctor. Oh, that's not from the doctor. I have an actual, I had that I threw away. So to the person asking, just Google. Google right now about your state. And what I can tell you is that I'm excited about partnering up with NORML because hopefully I can stay abreast of all the different laws in the different states and put my big voice to use. I will never, I get embarrassed, cross my heart, if I meet someone, say I meet you for the first time and you're not in the marijuana industry or not in the cannabis community or the glass community, and you get to talking and you find out that I'm an internet celebrity. When they say, what do you do? I'm embarrassed. Because this is what I say. Well, I smoke a lot and I talk a lot and I give good hugs. That's all I do. And they'll be like, and that makes you famous? And I'm like, I know. I can't believe it, but yeah, that's what makes me famous. Maybe because I put myself out there, I don't know. I have no freaking clue what makes me famous. But I am. When we left the glass show, I felt like I had wings. I felt like I was flying the whole week we were there. I felt like the Red Bull commercial. Because so many of you would come up to me and hug me and say the sweetest, kindest things to me. I think I was overdosed on love. If there is such a thing as being overdosed on good vibes and love, I'm so tired. I'm not sick, I'm just tired. And last night we fell asleep. Oh, we watched a dumb movie. We watched, who remembers the original? Very cool for your principal. Good for your principal, because weed ain't bad. They should, what they should do is teach you guys about it. It is because I put a lot of energy out there, Stony Owl. Shoot, I was going to look for something to tell you. Now I totally spaced it out. Must have something to do with the weed. I don't even have a joint to smoke. I wish I could. Adriano, I cannot understand. Nobody uses drugs. Okay. Yes. Thank you for reminding me because I have to tell you I have to go to the red box to tell you the for sure title. It's a remake of a movie we thought was really scary when we were young. Day of the Dead. Who has seen the new Day of the Dead? Remember the first Day of the Dead when you were young? Well, this one is stupid. You got to be old like me to remember the original Day of the Dead. It was really scary back then. So, Kevin says when we watch it, this bacteria, the virus, gets in their lungs. This is what causes zombie apocalypse in this Day of the Dead. The virus gets in their lungs and their lungs collapse. He said, oh, the Evil Dead is very, very scary. Ooh, that was very scary. Kevin said, that's you and your dabber friends. I said, huh? He goes, you can get that virus in your lungs. You guys are the zombie apocalypse. I said, stop. We are not gonna turn into the zombie apocalypse, are we, dabbers? It might be. I got it at the red box. I don't know who that is. I don't know who Trisha is. I don't know a lot of stuff. Do you know, I talk to people. I have the gift of gab. That is the Irish in me. Evil Dead. Hi, Aaron from Weed Truck. Did we meet? I met so many people. Yes. Why shouldn't it be legal? It should be legal. Exactly. Why is this illegal? I am your granny. Okay. Oh, shit. I have to work in this room. I got all them big boxes before I left. But I should be embarrassed. I don't grow. Meth is no laughing matter. I hate meth. That's what my daughter was addicted to. And I'm so proud of her for staying clean and sober. Meth is one of the hardest drugs to get off of. And when she was on parole after she got out of prison, that's what it took for my daughter to get clean and sober going to prison. Let me pick something out. That's solventless. Well, I did have some other solventless. Let's see if I can find that. So you can see what this other solventless looks like. Nope, that's not it. When you have so many terps, you don't know what you want to smoke. Look at this solventless. Isn't that pretty? I'll smoke them all. I'm smoking solventless now just to show you that there is difference. Of course, that's why hemp is illegal. Hemp was everywhere. Our founding fathers had hemp all over. Hemp was even in the currency back then. And then the founding families the money that came to America, the money that made America, when America became industrialized, all the names that you hear of, the DuPonts, the Rothschilds, J.P. Morgan, the Chases, the Rockefellers, all those families that had money and power that were industrializing America didn't want hemp. Good for you, Ashley. Heroin is no joke. Thank you for explaining that. Well, because they knew if they allowed people to still have hemp, what would we need? A Hearst for the paper. Um, we wouldn't need them to industrialize us with their money and power. So the first thing was to get rid of hemp and then THC for pharmaceuticals because God forbid you take holistic measures and take care of you. We as human beings are wired with an endocannabinoid system that is wired to consume THC and hemp. It's a fact now. They know this, that we as human beings have an endocannabinoid system. And it's inexpensive. I mean, I told you guys about the FDA coming down about and they're saying what they're using is that company that produces like um, the sleep strips and all. I know they're saying Zyfax and those kind, but I know they mean CBD. You get some, Ramona. So that's what the solvent list looks like. This dab. I know. Well, you know, Chandler, that is the story with my husband. The healthcare system through the military, through the not through the VA though, through the Fort Carson, and through them when he had his gallbladder removed, they had my husband on a regimen of a fentanyl patch every 3 days, 40 milligrams extended release morphine twice a day, and 15 milligrams up to 5 times a day. Kevin was a zombie. He was a zombie. He was falling down. He was in a hospital bed. He'd broken every bone. He was dying and deteriorating before my eyes, and I said, no more. That we were going to, at that point, use CBD however we could and THC to get him off all those drugs. But I also knew that he had been on them for 8 years, and I would kill him if we just quit taking them. So I was very honest with the doctor at the military hospital and said, I know you're not cannabis friendly, but I don't want him on this any more than you want him on it. Because that's when they were starting the push to get everybody off the opioids. Kevin and I jumped ahead of it. And I said, let's wean him off. And it worked. My husband is now 100% opioid free. It took about a year and a half. And he doesn't want them anymore. When he was in so much pain and I had the broken foot and I offered him, I said, do you want one of my Percocet? He was like, oh hell no. Took me too long to get off that shit. I don't want any of it. Yes, but here in the States now, even you have to sign what is called a sole provider agreement. If you're on, they even told us after all was said and done that my husband was on one of the largest amounts. No, kratom is not illegal yet. Kratom is not illegal yet. After this dab, I've got to get productive, guys. I hate to take an energy drink, but I think I need one. I'm never going to get anything. There, yes. I know it is. It was the Garden of Eden. I say it's a gift from the gods. You know, just because I'm not Christian doesn't mean I don't believe in all the things I was taught when I did go to Catholic school. I don't know enough about the Freemasons. I know all the conspiracy stuff. maybe an e-rig till you figure out. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. What I can tell you is I only buy expensive quartz at this time because I really do know. Of course, I know about all that stuff. It is. Looks like it's 1 o'clock. Yep, 12:52. I don't think the earth is flat. I have a flat earther friend, though. Greetings and salutations in Oklahoma. I I guess because I've been conditioned to believe the earth is round, you're not going to convince me the earth is flat. I'll have a discussion with you, though. Good health to you as well. I guess that's one of the missions here in this lifetime. Question everything, educate yourself as much, try to garner as much knowledge about whatever it is we're supposed to learn in this lifetime so that when we go on to what comes next, because something has to come next, that you don't make the same mistakes you make in this lifetime. This is Frank. Frank was waiting for me when I got home. It's still kind of warm. Oh, we had such a good time. Best time I've ever had, really. And cheers. Oh, this tastes good. I'm thinking the flu is population control. What's up with the flu epidemic? I guess I guess the only drugs I would say mushrooms are okay. Not for children. Not for children. But again, it's a drug. And I don't really like to condone anything other than cannabis. I only buy Vector butane. I don't know. I just think that that is the best butane for me. I don't think mushrooms are gross. I think sometimes I would rather do mushrooms for this for the answers to my spiritual. Well, nowadays they even make chocolate. I don't think I don't think they taste icky because I grew up on mushrooms. I'm used to mushrooms. You know, we used to go foraging mushrooms and dry them and stuff. So I don't think dried mushrooms they and to me psilocybin mushrooms taste just like any other fungus, any other spores. They taste like mushrooms. I don't think they're disgusting. They kind of tear my belly up because it's not something we're supposed to be eating. I will say, I don't know. Oh, I love morel mushrooms. Ooh, I love morels. I will eat morels till I got such a bellyache. You coat them and then you fry them in butter. Oh God, they're so good. I smoke flower. I smoke. See, there's my little bit of marijuana I got left up here. I might have some in the grinder. Yep, there's some already ground up. Here, I'll smoke one more bowl. I lied. I believe. Okay, if you are wanting a bit, if you're wanting a psychedelic experience. I would prefer to call it a spiritual experience. I think acid is man-made, and I don't like acid. I haven't, acid, unless they have come up with a way to get rid of that icky feeling. You are disgusting. I know about the trichomes. If I'm looking for a spiritual experience, I would much prefer mushrooms. But I think, correct me if you think I'm wrong, I believe mushrooms are a very visual experience. Curious about what, Nick? I missed the question. We'll smoke out of my grinder glass bong. Then I'm going down with Kevin. I know we're not going to make it to Denver today. Oh, salvia. Oh, God. That stuff, that was icky. I smoked that probably. My daughter was still in school, and she is now 35. She was in high school. That was the most horrible feeling I've ever had. All I could think in my head was, oh my God, will this ever end? And it doesn't last that long. Probably that's why I would say, I don't like it. Oh, you didn't see the bong before? It was made for me. Grinder glass made it. It even says Dabbing Granny. Right there it says Dabbing Granny. You should check them out. Old school bongs by Grinder Glass. And he's a really cool person. Really super cool dude. Thank you, Stony. I just like, and we had talked a long time ago. Well, I don't know how long ago. And he asked me, was there any kind of animals I liked? I was like, I like all animals. And he said, is there anything particular? And I think we had just come back from the Midwest, and I was like, right now I'm liking tree frogs. Y'all know what tree frogs are and how they sing when it rains? So in the Midwest, there's lots of tree frogs that sing, and I probably had said that's why I like frogs. So let me show you. Where's my flashlight? Uh-oh. When you get so high, you lose everything right in front of you. I don't see my flashlight. Ta-da! Frogs are UV. And then the bowl's got some UV in it. Isn't it cool? So yeah. See the tree frogs? Pretty cool. Grinder Glass. Grinder Glass made this for me. He makes some really cool bongs with lots of cool faceting on it. You have to check it out. Any moderators in here? Emily, are you the only moderator in here? Because there's a lot. I think there's more asshats than moderators. You know I know Elbow, don't you? There's another one. To the person, just ignore them. They're going to keep coming back out of. To the person that said, why don't you buy a elbow? Yes, I know him. Kevin and I go to up to Everdream Studio. I will make you a moderator. Help her keep up with the people. All right, Hannah. There, I think we got 3 or 4 moderators now. If they think they're cool, put them in timeout. Okay, to the person asking me about Elbow. I know Elbow, I know Yushin, I know a lot of glass blowers. I've been up to Everdream several times. I know Joe Peters, I know Nate Myers, I know WJC, I know Darby Home, I know, look at that. It's very cool. Right now I'm smoking some blueberry headband. And, oh, I was going to use my hemp wick if I saw it, but I don't see it. And I don't want to look too hard, so I'm just going to use my lighter. And cheers. Ooh, that was a big one. They want attention. If you're new to this channel, I have an analogy about the people like that. They could be nice people like us, but no. The minute, the second their mother spit them out the womb, the minute they were spit out their mama's vaginas, before the umbilical cord was even cut, they hand those kind of children to their mamas to suckle on her breast, to nurture and love. And the mama looks down and she says, oh, that's an asshat troll. That's not my baby. Mm-mm. Put it over there in the incubator and forever feed that ugly thing formula. Them poor babies don't have a chance from day one. Because you know when your mama won't even suckle you, there's something wrong with you. So we have to feel sorry for them. They never got the mama's milk. They never learned how to be nice little human beings. And they were forever, the rest of their lives, that trolls. And if it ain't us hating on them, then it's somebody else because they just don't know. Yay! That's promising, isn't it, Virginia? Virginia. No, no, because no, the mothers that couldn't nurse, they cried and said, my poor little baby, I don't want to give you formula. Those mothers had compassion. They at least sucked, they put them babies up by them when they gave them the formula. Them other ones, they stayed in their bassinets or whatever. Their mothers didn't even hold them. They're the ones that they prop the bottles up. Remember how they used to roll receiving blankets up and prop the bottles up for the baby? Baby didn't even get no tender love and touch. That was them kind of babies. Nowadays, Department of Human Services, they step in. So it's really hard. I don't know what happens today. I don't know what happens if you have a baby troll today. I don't know what you're gonna do, because if you try to put that baby troll in the incubator, the Department of Human Services say no, you got to put the baby on your breast. That's the government, you know. Let's read the calendar. All right, we got a lot of catching up to do. You ready? The Golden Gate Bridge is the most popular place on earth to commit suicide. Since it opened in 1937, more than 1,300 people have leapt into the San Francisco Bay to their deaths. And if you lived in San Francisco, you'd understand. I've never been to San Francisco. Is it that bad? So this is Wednesday, February 7th. We're catching up. A licking machine at Purdue University discovers it takes 364 licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. The afterthought is, the real question is, what else are the college students using this licking machine for? My question is, you're telling me some parent is paying big bucks to send their kid to Purdue to watch a machine lick a Tootsie Roll? Ooh, that sounds fun. It's from Grinder Glass. 364 licks. Here we go, Thursday, February 8th. One of the most popular exhibits at the Key West Museum of Art and History is an unassuming doll that goes by the name of Robert. According to reports, the doll is possessed and is known to throw furniture and pace around the room from time to time. So that must be where that movie Annabelle came from. This is kind of disgusting. There is an Asian hornet that is 2 inches long. Isn't this an inch? You have to have permission. There is an Asian hornet that is 2 inches long and has venom that dissolves human red blood cells. And then the afterthought is, and after the nuclear accident, it turned into the size of Godzilla. Damn, I have been live for hours. And then for today, on December 2nd, 1979, Alveda Adams flung herself from the Empire State Building only to be blown into a window on the 85th floor. Can you believe that? Your life sucks so bad. Jump off the Empire State Building and the powers that be said, it's not your time. Whoosh! Blew her in an open window on the 85th floor. If at first you don't succeed. Well, this is interesting. For Tuesday, the largest living thing is a mushroom. Weren't we just talking about mushrooms? Serendipity. The largest living thing is a mushroom located in Malheur National Forest. It covers 2,200 acres and is between 2,000 and 8,000 years old. That's kind of stretching it there. How old are you? Oh, I'm anywhere from 2,000 to 8,000. How old are you? Wow. Here's a weird thing. Babies, weren't we talking about babies and nursing? Babies can breathe and swallow at the same time until they're 6 months of age. That's quite the talent, ladies. I ain't gonna say anything else. I probably better not leave this video up because that was kind of disgusting what I said, but it's true. Babies can breathe and swallow at the same time until. Now, who would have even known? Did you know there is a fear of haircuts? It is a documented disease. Transurphobia. Transurphobia is the fear of haircuts. Friday. This has got to suck. An astronaut, an astronaut can be up to 2 inches taller returning from space. The cartilage discs in the spine expand in the absence of gravity. That made my back hurt. Ooh. J is the only letter that doesn't appear in the periodic table of elements. There you go. You might need that question for Jeopardy. J is the only letter that doesn't appear in the periodic table of elements. All right, guys, on that note, I am going to go. I'm not going to leave this up here because I made some. What's your question, Anna? What's your question? Just remember that we have an endocannabinoid system. Go to tomorrow. I'll bring my little. I don't know, Caesar. I've got moderators. If you're saying certain words, they will throw you out. I'm 62. You know what, sweetheart? It hurts for a minute, but men are just men are just look at me. I'm 62. If if something happened to my husband, I wouldn't even want another man. I don't know how old you are, but there's plenty of men out there. And obviously, if this one left you, he wasn't the right one. Men are just, they, it's hard to find the right man. So don't get tied down. And don't give up the cookies too soon. That's the other thing. Respect yourself, respect your body. If they don't appreciate you for your sense of humor and stuff, they're just not worth it. And men are just, there's more men than there are women, and you will be fine. Relationships are, I'm glad I have a good one, but it's taken a lot of work. You're the JJ, were you one of them students at that college that had the lick machine? And everybody else is telling you the same thing. I would look at that guy and I'd go, "You ain't the biggest catfish in the deep blue sea. Oh me, oh my small fry." That's exactly what I'd say. You ain't the biggest catfish in the deep blue sea. School of Heartless. You guys are making me laugh. And yes, a broken heart hurts. A broken heart hurts. Do something for you. Whatever makes you feel better, you do that. Hello, Aaliyah. All right, I gotta go. I've been here in 112 minutes. I'm baked too. It's just not worth stressing about a man. Money, sometimes you gotta stress about bills and stuff, but not a man. Peace, love, and happiness. I will be here tomorrow, hopefully earlier. We'll talk some more. Love you guys. Bye.